I first heard about Montana Tech through one of the random emails that most people usually just delete. But it sounded really fun to me. A small school. I knew I wanted to do engineering. That's about all I knew at that point. But I knew I liked the mountains. Kind of wanted to leave California, get away from home a little bit. So I had mountains, it was away from home, and I had engineering. Those were mainly what I was looking for. I initially applied just thinking it would be a safety. Just sure, why not? I wasn't terribly serious about it. I was looking at some other schools. And then as I started to look more into it, I started to see the scholarships they had offering, and that's where I found the Mitchell Scholarship, which is specifically for a student from Northern California to study geological engineering, and it covers enough money to pay tuition plus some. And I started thinking, wow, this is such a good deal. Montana Tech started to move up on my list. That's also how I chose my degree, geological engineering, just because that was where the scholarship was. When I got there, I found that I was more prepared than most of the other students around me. And I think that was because the geological engineering background that I had was a very good fit for the geotechnical engineering program at UT and Cockrell. Most of my peers at the master's program had civil engineering bachelors, and so they'd maybe taken one geology class and one soil mechanics class, maybe, in their bachelor's degrees, and I had taken multiple geology classes, several geotechnical engineering, soil mechanics related classes, and so I would say half of my master's program ended up being review, where for most students it was almost entirely new. So the geological engineering program here is just so well equipped to prepare you specifically for a geotechnical program in the coursework that we're given here. My advisor, Mary, called me into her office, I think it was my sophomore year, and kind of showed me the poster and said, you should apply for this. I didn't know what it was at that point. But as I got to know more about it, I said, oh, this could be interesting. I just knew it was more about the award than the scholarship money itself. But I knew it was intended for people seeking to do academic careers, seeking to do research. And at that point, I had gotten a job teaching at the Academic Center for Excellence here at Montana Tech as a peer tutor, tutoring math, and I was finding that I really, really enjoyed teaching. And I was starting to enjoy that more than I thought I was going to. And so I started thinking about making education more of a focus of my career, and at this level, education means faculty. So thought the Goldwater, oh, this could be a good way of accomplishing that. If I was able to get this Goldwater scholarship, it would open a lot of doors towards an academic career. So I applied, I was the nominee in 2017, my sophomore year, didn't receive it, applied again in 2018 and received the Goldwater scholarship. Mary and Marisa, and there's a committee of professors here that are very dedicated to helping you work on that essay, work on your applications, and Mary was very good about getting me a lot of opportunities for undergraduate research, which was certainly the most important factor in getting that, was the undergraduate research that I was able to get on at Montana Tech. Advice for undergraduates, especially freshmen, is to seek out additional ways besides your coursework to get involved at the school. It's just a very good way of gaining more experience, gaining connections, and building that career. And so undergraduate research, internships, TA, tutoring, all those sorts of things are what really opened the door for me and allowed me to build relationships with faculty, build relationships with other people that allowed me to get so much support in these things, like getting the Goldwater. Mary, Marisa, and that committee walked me through it, and it was through the undergraduate research that I had something to write about in my essay that was so helpful to it. So just find ways to get involved academically besides just your coursework.